Today I'm going to be taking one of FNAF's beloved fan games and creating Minecraft with no mods or plugins for this map. So let's see how I did this. So how do I do this? You might think I just place a couple blocks down for walls and a roof and call it done. For me, it's not that easy. For the maps I make, take time for the models and props to be made and placed around the map to make it more detailed. More detailed than this shit. I want to go into the story of Finding the Candy since I don't think many people know it and I find it quite interesting. The story for Candy starts in 1987, the same time the FNAF 2 takes place. We play as Mary Schmidt, similar name but no connection to Mike Schmidt from Five Nights at Freddy's. She's the night guard for this game, but she previously worked at a robot factory where these characters come from. This lineup of creatures consists of Candy, Cindy, Chester, Blank, and the Penguin. These robots are similar to the FNAF 2 animatronics, where they are friendly to kids, but more creepy to adults and staff.
But try to avoid eye contact with any of the animatronics side if you can. They interact with the kids just fine, but when they encounter an adult, they just stare.
They always seem nice around children. Around us employees, they just kind of stare at you. But some of the other employees have felt threatened by them now and then.
The reason for this is that the animatronic factory I mentioned earlier had an incident with several kids being murdered in an animatronic machine by a rat, causing the kids' souls to fuse with the animatronic parts and begin to blame Mary for falling asleep and allowing the deaths to happen. Sometime after the incident, Mary took on the job at Candy's, where she is haunted by the robots and reminded of her mistakes, until the end of the week, where she is ultimately fired for tampering with the animatronics, like a certain someone. Now that I'm reading this is pretty similar to FNAF 1, holy shit. Called it a night and went to bed.
The next day.
After a couple hours of work and an endless amount of caffeine, I finally finished the models with a few new ones as well that you'll see later in the video. Let's talk about the layout real quick so you guys know what each room is. Starting at the bottom right, we have the entrance at the front of the building. Going further in on the left and right, we have the office and the main hallway with the bathrooms. Taking left takes you to Chester's room and the arcade area with a backstage leading back to the office. Across from Chester's room, we have the main dining area with the kitchen and drawing room for Blank. And lastly, we have the parts and services connecting to Chester's room. Let's start building this map from the ground up, literally. We don't see the lobby and Candy, so I get to make my own. I use some of the models that I made earlier, such as arcade cabinets, tables, chairs, and corkboards with children's drawings on them. And adding the finishing touches such as a rug, some trash, and a ceiling. Next up is the entrance hall, the left hallway to the office. Added a couple corkboards, posters, cutouts, and a small vent in the back. The office is where you, the night guard, spend 5 nights with the animatronics slowly coming to attack you. The office consists of a calendar, a Cindy and Candy poster, a desk with a fan, a desk light, and other assorted objects. To the left of the office is the backstage, which is mostly used for storage. Spare heads, shelves, and boxes everywhere with some decorations on the walls. This is also where Rat comes from in the original game, but from Can 13 in the remastered version. For the arcade, I added some more posters with a table with some stacked chairs on top. In the corner, I put some of those arcade cabinets I made earlier in the video, and finally added some more decorations in the room, such as stars, streamers, and some cardboard cutouts. With the main hall getting 3 different cameras, I got more references that I could go off of. I put the 2 party signs on the wall and a chalkboard off to the right. Added some carpet and another candy sign and a few more posters. Moving on to the bathroom, I kept it pretty similar to the games, but just adding 2 arches parallel from the bathrooms. Lastly, I made the rooms I already made more stylized to match my other videos, since I didn't really like the style I was going for. The primary party room is pretty similar to the games, where I added Cindy and Candy onto the stage and keeping the same props on there as well. I kept the room pretty similar to the game by adding the 6 party tables, and off to the right I added some more circular tables, and off to the left I added a food line for the kitchen. Last room we have is Cam 13, being the only name we get from the game. It's a small room, so all I added was a few shelves, a single cardboard cutout, some trash, and lastly Rat in his sitting position. There was supposed to be another animatronic in here, but I guess not. thank God that's done. So, there are a few things I want to talk about while we look at the building. First thing, I'm going to be moving all my maps from Planet Minecraft onto CurseForge because I've got a lot of comments about you guys not being able to play them or other problems that you've had. Sadly for right now, the Syslocation and the FNAF floor maps are not going to be up on there. I'm feeling that I'm going to be putting those on Patreon since they did take me a lot of time to make, but I'm still not sure, so we'll just see what happens. Also, I wanted to plug my Instagram and Twitter. I really don't do this much, but I do post on Instagram saying what I'm going to be doing and some update stuff, so if you want to see more stuff from me on Instagram, go ahead and follow me. Last thing I wanted to say is I'm working on 4 other videos while I'm posting this. I'm working on a remake for my FNAF 3, fnac 2, Ultimate Custom Night, and Security Breach. But with that guys, I'm going to let you guys watch the tour, and I'll see you guys in the next one.